Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena, and today we're going to be taking a look at Midweek Magic. So we have On the Edge, which is a usual series where they only have the last three sets. Actually, no, this time it's different. It's Magic Foundations and the last three sets. So it's a little bit beefier. It does mean we get to take a look at some cards that have been made kind of evergreen for the next 4 years left, which is Foundations, and we're actually getting to try a bunch of cards that have been returned to Foundations since. So, just a reminder, the sets are Duskmourn, Aether Drift, and Tarkir Dragonstorm. Oddly enough, we're not really using much of Tarkir Dragonstorm cards, mostly because the mana base is horrible. Okay, so as a quick update, this is what our mana base looks like for On the Edge. You get your temples, thank you Foundations. We get our verges from either Duskmourn or Aether Drift. Guild gains from Foundations. Campgrounds from Duskmourn. Gain lands from Tarkir Dragonstorm. That's pretty. I think we also get them from Aether Drift also has them. So Foundations also has them. So for many sets. And that's it. We also get the tri-lands from Tarkir Dragonstorm, but it's not very easy to build a 3-color mana base, especially when you consider that we're stuck with Evolving Wilds Terramorphic Expanse. There is no Fabled Passage, so no Bloom Burrow stuff. We do get Valkavot's Lair, which is so I figured we take advantage of that. Our deck is pretty much a combination of Eerie and Flash. It's nice that a lot of the I started out doing this in Demir, but the mana base was clunky enough that I figured we'll just keep it Azorius. So we'll start with the Flash part. Spectral Sailor. Our Flash payoff is Brindborn Cutthroat, and you really do want to be playing stuff on your opponent's turn. I originally had a set of Flood Pits Drowner, but I ended up cutting it because to make room for the Eerie. If you're not going for Eerie, yes, this would be a good fit. Give it a shot. We also have a few Resolute Reinforcements. We kind of want to go sideways. Yeah, this is probably a good. I guess we could cut this one in favor of Flood Pits Drowner, though we're not exactly benefiting from the flyers that much. Actually, we're not exactly benefiting from the 1/1s as well. It's just a way to go wide. I guess you could say it's an easy cut. But we also have Sun Pearl Kirin as a way to replace some of our other cards, get some cards back. Like that would be a case of getting back Resolute Reinforcements, or getting back a Fear of Isolation, which works both ways. Also helps our Eerie. And so now here comes. And we have Enduring Innocence as a way to take advantage of all these cheap creatures. Actually, now that you mentioned it, 2219. I guess I could cut these for those and make that work. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just add the Flood Pits Drowner. So 19 and 22. We still kind of want to go 4/4 because of this, but now that there's less pressure to have an opening start. Also, Floodform Verge starts at, so we can actually go 3/5 on this one. So now our Eerie payoffs are the Entity Tracker as a way to draw cards. Also has Flash, so that pays it off. Gremlin Tamer also is pretty much our other payoff. Pretty much go wide. Goes well with our Optimistic Scavengers. We kind of had to balance it out a little bit there. And Eaten by Piranhas and Prayer of Binding are our big pieces of removal. I guess we could see some adjustments there. And we have a few copies of Fear of Imposters as a way to counter spells. Also, Valgavot's Lair does pair off with Eerie, so we're gonna make that part work. So there we go. We are running a few temples, but not that many. We are running a Demolition Field as a way to shoot up certain basics. I had one match where that was quite relevant. So I'm going to share the pop-up, but I'm going to also have to edit the pop-up of the deck list. Hold on. So reinforcements. It's fleet. Okay, so we keep this one. Okay, optimistic scavenger. I suspect our opponent has a burn spell. It is what it is. I can't really do anything about that. Yep, first lightning. Next turn we can... Opponent playing mono red, so that might be a mono red. So we have that. So we're gonna see what... So we're gonna take the hit for now. Okay, he's gonna pay it off. Let's see if they have another removal spell. They probably do. Might as well just play it out. Well, we got Fear of Isolation into Fear of Isolation. I can also just do Temple of Enlightenment and Fear of Isolation that way, but it does lock us out of this and we need to hit our mana. So we'll swing first. And yeah, I guess we'll do this. Spectral Sailor, not the best, but I'm willing to keep it on top. And we have our 4th land anyway. Well, 4th and 5th, so I guess what we do is Fear of Isolation, just take this away. It being on cast is quite helpful. So this forces our opponent to have a Lightning Strike instead. There we go. And next turn we can do... We could do double Spectral Sailor. This is gonna channel Dragonfire us, sure. Opponent is yet to drop anything significant. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. We'll take it for now. I think they're holding just a bunch of removal here, so let's force them to run it out. Spectral Sailor. I'm gonna go to my turn if they... Oh, they let it go. And the name blue for this one. I guess I swing first. I honestly don't know what's in the rest of their hand. But the Prayer of Binding is starting to look good. Oh, they're just gonna go face. Okay, we'll do... Okay, now we do Prayer of Binding. If our opponent has another creature to follow up, we do have a Sheltered by Ghosts. They can sacrifice this instead. I still gain the 2 life regardless, so I'm actually fine with it. Oh wait, no. Because there are no creatures left, it deals 0 damage. So now I have an interesting hold-up. I can... If I need to buy back the Prayer of Binding, I have Fear of Isolation. If I need to counter something, I have Fear of Imposters now as an option. And they get the Manifest Dread payoff. Channel Dragonfire, sure. Let's pass. So now we have Entity Tracker as an option too, so we're gonna swing up top first. I'm just hoping that this is not something really big that's going to catch us by surprise, but the way our opponent's been playing, I think it's pretty much low down to the ground. And I'll in fact take 2 to keep it safe. So, entity tracker. Let's see if our opponent has removal for this one. They do have the lightning strike. Well, at least it's not free to us. They're down to 1 card. And we'll play Enduring Innocence. And we'll play Fear of Isolation as well. Draw that card. Bounce back the Prayer of Finding. Got another Valgabot's Lair. I think I can wait on this one. Actually, no. We'll play this now because we are anticipating a 6-mana turn. Opponent seems to be flooding a bit. They could tap this one. Yeah, they're just gonna snipe it. So we don't get to gain life, but we don't take 2 damage either. Into another Stadium Headliner. We're gonna take this one. And opponent concedes. We're gonna start gaining life again. We will be able to draw cards or Prayer Binding. We kind of had everything held up there. So there we go. That's a good one. I do need to remember what that. Is it Fleeting Isolate? No, it's. I'm mixing it with Fear of Isolation. Hold on. Into a Fugitive Codebreaker. I didn't realize it. Which is neat. So let's double check the name. You can tell I don't play Dimir Flash that much. Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay, there. Let's keep going. So refresh. Oh yeah, we also have a few of these abandoned campgrounds. This honestly is a mulligan. We can kind of hope that the Temple of Enlightenment gives us a mulligan out of this. Blood Pit's Drowner. It's more. Scavenging Ooze is. So we might lose to this one because we kept a really sketchy hand. But I guess I could just keep cycling Kirin into Drowner, Kirin into Drowner. I'd not be surprised if our opponent had some sort of self-mill. Slow greatness. Maybe you should have waited. And okay, we now have a not exact. I guess we kind of have a turn 3 play. No, we don't really have a turn 3 play. But we do have a Sun Petal Kirin. Yeah, opponent went way too hard in that. I suspect they would have creature-based fight-based removal. Just a Trade Route Envoy. Yeah, buy this back. Well, we got our playset. So we can now Flood Pit's Drowner and lock something up and Kirin to yoink it away. I could choose not to block it. So what I could do is I could lock this up and just keep hitting in the air. Yeah, no need to. Entity tracker is also an option, but I think we're committed to this plan now. It's gonna be annoying if they happen to have another snare spinner, but this is what we're working with. It's also tapped, so I could just swing with everything first if our opponent doesn't show a removal spell. Yeah, I'm now happy I put back the Flood Pit Stronger. It's saved me a lot. It saved me a lot of damage between the Bestow Greatness. That's a big damage pile incoming. Even had the Snakeskin Veil combo, so we're really just... So it's literally just... So we are taking quite a bit of damage here. It's a good thing we've been saving up quite a bit as well. Oh, I forgot this doesn't have flying. Okay, bye. So the sequence, what we do now is if they hold this back, I could just play another Sun Petal Kirin and shoot. Wildwood Scourge is not flyer. That is a flyer though, so no, that is reach, so that is problematic. I will have to. Well, this will trade with any of these, so I probably still lock down the Snare Spinner. Snakeskin Veil. You probably wanted to. That's probably a non-bow. You probably wanted to put it somewhere else. And they haven't had the creature die yet, which kind of helps us. So there's still, so at least there's still an even life total. But yeah, I would need to lock one down. So can't swing with everything. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Four. Oh, there. Hold on. Okay, let's do some math. 5, 6, 10, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we're still alive. And I can submit 0. Lock this one down, and this time no mistakes. Oh, I could have actually done the Gremlin Tamer, but we already had it. Woo! That was so weird. We're actually gonna see a lot of really underpowered decks here. So it does show us that a lot of the power spike was in the earlier sets. We're really on the ebb of power right now. It's not the strongest, and you know what? That's fine. Let's keep going. I think we can do another 1 or 2 games here. Okay. I would like to do Spectral Sailor turn 1, but I think And I could use another white source, but I think Gremlin Tamer turn 2 is more important. I take it back. We'll do Spectral Sailor turn 1. Especially if our opponent's just drawing cards right now, we're kind of fine. So not under any real pressure yet. I don't need a second Gremlin Tamer now. Looking for another white source for Enduring Innocence. But I guess we can fly, and if we have to, we can eat something. Well, okay, so it's a life gain deck. Could just be cats in general, but it's definitely looking like life gain. I'm not gonna trade cat for cat. Our mana base really could use some help though. I guess we play the Gremlin Tamer now. One is gonna... Okay, that's 2 instances of life gain, so that is gonna grow quite big. Not quite there yet, but we could set it up next turn. Okay, opponent is actually just gonna take this. So this is on ETB, so I can see what our opponent does next. Elspeth Stormslayer probably makes tokens. I can shrink this one, but I kind of want to just the 0 is an issue though. Yeah, they're just gonna go gain flying, but they're not gonna hit with everything. It is until end of turn, so we get to hit back a bit. Suncurl Kirin doesn't really buy back anything. Yeah, our mana base is kinda not so great here. I'm gonna have to spread the... Oh no! It's until your next... yeah, we needed an out to this. We don't have it. I could swing with these 3. Let's see how our opponent wants to trade. But yeah, we not... But now, if they yeah, this is gonna keep activating that. Yeah, we have no outs for this. We weren't exactly playing rare, so well, we do have Enduring Innocence as our mythic, so it is what it is. Wait, is it mythic? I think it's rare. Yeah, the special version is mythic, which is super weird, but we'll leave it at that. Kind of had to... We do have an issue where it sometimes doesn't always line up. You're kind of 50 and 150 and the other, so I could see like a full Eerie build that works instead. I could use... I know we cut down to 22 lands, but gosh. White. So we can cut this one. We have to cut one of these. Yeah, this is super bad. Yeah, we don't have any enchantments yet. So opponent is just gonna opt. I guess safely we take. Sige, I guess we just take the 2 now. Let's see. Shard the course. Let's see what they. Okay, then we just lock this down. Guess I just played the Gremlin Tamer. So I have to send some files on. Enigma Drake. Okay, finally. I'm starting to think that I would have preferred some other enchantments instead. So just gonna take this. And remember, we're saving the Flood Pit Drowner. We're just gonna. Maybe they have a counter spell. Lock it in. Oh, dive down. Okay. But that. Somehow the flash plan not quite working when you don't have the Brandborn Cutthroat. Now you show up very late. Let's draw a card, but unfortunately we did multiply, so we were quite behind to begin with. So I'm also going to have to prepare. I also have to prepare some documentation while I'm at it. So we're starting to see some cracks there. Some cracks here and there. Most likely in the realm of our mythics, that's a real big crack. We'll just have to. Like, we're super synergy based, we don't have any. Okay, this one is fine. So I guess that's something to shelter by ghosts. I probably want to play Gremlin Tamer first because like this is our only flash payoff. Oh, Hair Apparent. There's an argument for taking that one, but Yeah, I figured it would delay them by one turn based on how, how it goes. So I could swing, just trade this. I could also just play this out, but it's not so great. I'm gonna see what they have here. Most likely just an. But they don't have their life gain mechanism. They're just. Unfortunately, because of the way our mana works, we probably have to play Enduring Innocence first. Oh, hoping to hit the land so we could still hold up Brineborn Cutthroat. Neither of these enter tap. We'll play the Temple instead. Verge. At this point, I don't want that much mana anymore. I could swing with this, but I might just end up trading with. They've yet to demonstrate a life gain mechanism, which concerns me. Seems like they haven't drawn into it. Yeah, we'll play this Optimistic Scavenger first. I could play another one, but I might want to hold up the Sunpearl Kirin. More Hair Apparents. This is 12. We can kind of survive this. Just waiting for our opponent to start swinging with some of them. Okay, they haven't, so we get to play Brineborn Cutthroat. Draw hard. Pass. I kind of want to take. At this point, this doesn't matter so much, so I kind of want to. It's Optimistic, Sheltered. I'll have 4 more mana left. Okay. So we want to spread the love here, so we'll put the Sheltered on the Entity Tracker. You can start nuking these tokens, but I'm gonna just nuke the Hair Apparent. Then spread out 1 here and 1 here. Another Sunpearl Kirin. Oddly enough, what we can do is we can do Prayer of Binding Sunpearl, just start taking other things out. But we're gonna pass for now. We can also start putting counters on these gremlins and start swinging at them. They could also just have like a rabbit response if they're running a deck like this. Yeah, the Leyline of Hope makes 0 sense right now, so I suspect they had Vanishing Light. Which one are they gonna target? So now it doesn't get exiled. So we'll play Vagabond Slayer, keep it up. We're gonna start swinging with these gremlin tokens. We're just gonna take. Oh. So Sun Pearl. So yeah, we're holding up a lot of things right now. Okay, so Brandborn Cutthroat. Never mind, opponent concedes. We have more in the tank, baby. And we would have gained enough life. So the Heir Apparent kind of went overboard on the Heir Apparent. They needed to draw the. They clearly had another plan. That's why there was the Ley Line of Hope. They just didn't happen to draw into that. So some slightly unfortunate, but their misfortune is our gain. I'll leave it at that. Okay. We kind of want to do Gremlin Tamer first. So next turn we can Sheltered by Ghost Spectral Sailor. If they have removal, it'll be a bit more annoying, but let's see. Overlord of Elmer, so kinda ignore for now. The Unstoppable Slash on the other hand we can't ignore, and we do have some activate abilities. Our Floodgates genre is that. Oh, we can also Fear of Imposters. It just puts in the yard, which is fine. Yeah, that might even be better. Just counter their Unstoppable Slasher. No, they will get a 2/2, so that is a problem. I might have to be willing to give it up. Or I can just Shelter by Ghost, take it out of the picture and have it at that. It's a land, so when they get it back, it's not so bad. In fact, it makes Sun Pearl Kirin on the Shelter not so bad. Unstoppable Slasher. So end of turn, Sun Pearl Kirin. We'll take our Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, this is probably way too greedy. Okay, okay, still kind of greedy, but we do have one more piece of removal. Whew. Dragon Spray, they get it back. Sure. Yeah, I had it anyway, but it was still enough. We'll take that one. And you know what? I think we can call this episode. We're gonna see this early. You're gonna see a mix of different kinds of decks running around. But by the time this video hits, you might be seeing a lot of the more tuned ones. This one, the one that we're running right now, definitely not quite tuned. I would say that there's definitely room for improvement. But we've seen two directions packed together in one deck. I would suggest If you're happy with both, go for both. But if you want, I would say choose one. Choose one which way for to go with one, and just you can lean more towards the flash. You can lean more towards the Eerie. Honestly, I would start leaning more towards the Eerie, but we do have plenty of nice flash enchantments that go with it, so we can kind of make it work for the most part. That's it. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.